Hi everyone. You should have gotten a letter from the Archbishop this week concerning Generations of Faith, which is an archdiocesan endowment campaign that actually we were about to begin 2 weeks before the pandemic struck. We very prudently kind of stepped back and said, let's wait. And the Archbishop feels it's time for us to move forward with it. And this is a unique campaign. We've never done anything like this in the Archdiocese. As I said, it's an endowment campaign. So we're not trying to build anything with brick and mortars. What we're trying to do is three things. Establish an endowment for priest retirement. Establish an endowment for seminarian education. And establish an endowment for youth ministry throughout the Archdiocese. Now, as you all are probably aware in your own budgets, retirement and health care is a high ticket item. And if you had kids and grandkids in college, particularly in private colleges, you know that the cost of education is awful high. And those two reasons alone are more than enough reason to give to the campaign. We want to establish a $9 million endowment for priest retirement because it's one of the two largest unfunded mandates on the Archdiocesan budget every year. And the men who have faithfully served us for decades deserve a decent retirement. The second largest unfunded mandate in the Archdiocese is the education of our seminarians. We're very blessed to have 21 seminarians. I don't know of any other diocese our size that has that many men studying for the priesthood. But with that blessing comes a responsibility. We've got to help pay for their education. And at $50,000 a seminarian a year, that's about $1 million a year. Now, thankfully, we have the Burse Club endowment that helps defray the cost of that. But the Burse Club has not been able to keep up with the rising cost of education. So this seminarian education endowment would create a second trust to help defer those annual costs. And if we want priests, particularly if we want local priests from the Archdiocese, we have to educate them. And thirdly, and I think it fits in nicely with these first two, is we want to create a $4 million endowment for youth ministry throughout the Archdiocese. And this endowment would be something that individual parishes like Our Lady Queen of Mercy, Our Lady of the Gulf, could apply to for a specific project in a given year and receive funding for. And as the pastor of a relatively smaller parish, I think it's a great idea. Because places like Gulf Shores, or Alberta, or Bruton, or Eufaula can't keep up with the glitz of the big parishes. So this gives us a chance to help make sure our kids are engaging the faith and that we're passing it on from our generation to the next generation. So we have the retired priests who've given us the faith. We want to make sure that there's seminarians to give our kids the faith and our grandkids. We want to make sure that our kids are engaged with the faith. So over the next couple of months, you'll hear from the parish, either myself or a volunteer from the parish will be approaching you with a packet to ask you to prayerfully consider giving a gift to the campaign. Now, not all of us can give, and I know that we have a particular situation here where we're just finishing up a campaign. And some of you might not yet be finished up with the campaign. But the Archdiocese is going to be very flexible with us. Spoke with someone this morning who's giving a gift. They're not starting until 2021 after they finished with their gift here. I'm not starting my gift until I finish with my gift to St. Michael's. And so we're going to be very flexible. We're not asking anyone to do the impossible, but we're asking everyone to do what they can. And the other thing I want people to do is be creative. We had a volunteer meeting this morning, and one person asked about bequest. We can do bequests because this is an endowment. This is long term. So if you want to include the endowment in your will, that's great. Just let us know when you make the pledge. If you want to have your IRA or your 401k annual payout totally or partially given to the campaign, you can do it in such a way that it's tax-free. So there's a lot of ways to be creative, and we'll help you walk you through that when we talk to you. But I think it's our responsibility to take care of those who have taken care of us and to make sure that the faith gets passed on to another generation. So please read the letter from the Archbishop and prayerfully consider your participation in generations of faith. God bless. Thank you.